մեծ պոտենցիալ ունենք Կատարի հետ հարաբերությունների առումով, ուղղակի
potential when it comes to the relations between Armenia and Qatar, although we are only new when it comes to intensifying it, but the diplomatic relations between Armenia and Qatar started already in 1997.
It's
only my first time in Qatar, and I've been here already 3 days. And my assessment is that there is a great potential for our cooperation in different sectors, be it education, be it high technologies, be it healthcare, be it tourism, be it culture, and we should work intensively, and we can succeed.
Անցյալ տարի մեր երկրի վարչապետն է եղել Qatarum ամենաբարձր մակարդակի.
Right, last year our Prime Minister was in Qatar at the highest level, an official visit to Qatar. He met the Emir, he met the government of Qatar, and you are right, they signed several agreements, and it is now within the framework of these agreements that we see our further cooperation.
Ես ավելացնեմ էլ որ ըստ էության մենք զարգացման
I need to add one more factor. It is that for the further promotion and cooperation of our relations, there is one factor that is our two countries are very close to each other. By flights, it's only 3 hours direct flight from Qatar to Armenia. Qatar Airways is providing high quality services. And during his visit, our Prime Minister, when he visited Qatar, they also agreed that an embassy of Qatar will be opened in the Republic of Armenia, which will further contribute to the realization of all the projects that you mentioned that are within the framework of the agreements that were signed. There is one more important factor, that is the historic past, and we have good memories from our historic past. We are friendly states, we are good friends, and this is also very important for our relations. During my visit, I had a meeting with the Minister of Education. I also had a meeting with the Minister of Communications and High Technologies. We did exchange ideas. We did come to agree that there is many areas where we can help each other, learn from each other, especially in the IT sector. For Qatar, for Armenia, in the education sector. We discussed ideas for exchange programs in the education sector. We had some talks, and these are, in my opinion, will be good for the further development of our relations to a new level. I think it's not yet enough. When I look at the numbers are low. But in my opinion, the Republic of Armenia can enhance and expand its trade circulation with Qatar, especially when it comes to the agricultural products, to supplying fresh agro products of high quality, which we produce in Armenia. And during my days in Qatar, I already had an occasion to get to know the cuisine, and I can say that I think we can be able to supply good agro products that can be highly consumed here. Secondly, I think important is the light industry products, especially textile products. Right now it is developing very fastly in Armenia. There are much investments, both local investments and foreign investments in this sector. The quality is very high, and at the moment Armenians, we are consuming locally produced textile products, and I think it can also have high demand in Qatar. During my visit, this was in the center of my attention, to look into ways for investment opportunities and for ways to use the potential of the Qatari state when it comes to making investments in Armenia and making Armenia an attractive place for Qatari investors. Armenia is an attractive country when it comes to economic policy, when it comes to tax policy, security, also other factors like weather, knowledge of language, attitude of the people, and I think there are good opportunities for investors from Qatar, especially in the high technologies sector, in real estate, in the hotel businesses. I think there are good opportunities. We did have many reforms, legal reforms, in order to help the foreign investors and make sure they meet no obstacles in Armenia. We do have an investment agency in Armenia that works with the principle of one window, and for investors, all investors, they can approach this agency and the agency can help them overcome all the issues, especially bureaucratic issues. And also as a state, as a government, we do understand that it is with investment that our country can develop. And in the last years, if we look, the investments have gone up tens of times.
Առավել ուշադրություն է դարձնում նաև ենթակառուցվածքներին, հատկապես ճանապարհներին, եւ հիմա մեր ճանապարհները որ կառուցում են իրենց.
And also we pay much attention to the development of the infrastructure. We are working on road infrastructure. We are doing the roads. We are constructing them in line with international standards. At the moment, we have a project. It's called North-South road project that is linking Iran from one side, and from the other side it is Georgia. It is about 700 kilometers of road. The construction is it's a full construction, and in the construction process many foreign companies are also taking part, including from China, including from Iran, including from Spain and France. Therefore, we are interested to have the infrastructure of high quality, and also we are paying attention to the construction and rehabilitation of other infrastructures as well, including water supply, water reservoirs, etc. And this work will be continuous, and if there are any interests, this can be interesting also. First of all, I should mention that between Armenia and Qatar there is the agreement, therefore there is no visa requirement for Qatari visitors to Armenia. This is very important for the development of tourism. Last year we had 1.6 million tourists visiting Armenia, and tourism is an important sector for us, and it is a sector that we invest a lot, including private investment, including state investment. The state is supporting the private sector by giving special credits, by subsidies, and the change, everyone can see that the change is huge. Therefore, we are becoming also, I think we can also be attractive for visitors from Qatar, people of Qatar, and especially by our cultural, historic heritage, we can be attractive. We live in this environment every day, so maybe we don't notice much, but for foreigners who visit our country, everything at every step can be very interesting. There are monuments, historic monuments at every step. We are an ancient state, although in the 14th century we lost our statehood, but we as people, as state, as country, we have been present in the region for centuries.
Ինձ համար շատ կարևոր է եւ ամենացանկալին որ մենք կարողանանք միասին մի ծրագիր իրականացնել, որը ուղղված կլինի բարձր տեխնոլոգիաներին. Of course, as a person, me myself personally, I would see for the relations between Armenia and Qatar, I would think it's important, and I would very much desire to see us jointly together doing a project in the high technologies sphere. We are also discussing this with the minister. But this is my personal desire. But in general, for our country, the easiest, the most accessible way would be by getting to know each other, by interacting, and this is to have visits between the two countries, to have interactions between the people of the two countries, and this will over time change the environment, and over time it might become so usual for us to be in Qatar, for Qataris to be in Armenia, and people are always looking for places that would be convenient for them, be it the weather, be it services, be it people in general, and I think in this regard Armenia can be such a country for Qataris, Qatar can be such a country for Armenians, and these are the directions that I can see for the development of cooperation relations between our two countries. Մի բան կա, ես կուզեի որ մեր քաղաքացիները լինելով Կատարում տեսնան թե ինչ անհավանական երկիր եք ստեղծել շատ քան.
And there's one more thing. I would very much like our citizens to come to see how you have been able to create such an unbelievable work you've been able to do in such a country you've been able to create in such a short period of time. Although having all the resources of gas and oil, but you have also been able to develop the economy, the infrastructure, and this is a very good learning example for us, for our citizens. I hope they can come, they can see, they can learn and be motivated.
Համար սա հնարավորություն է եւ կոնկրետ շփվել Կատարի մեր գործընկերների հետ, ինչպես նաեւ ծանոթանալ աշխարհում տեղի ունեցող իրադարձություններին, գտնել համագործակցության նոր.
For us, this is it is a very good opportunity to come to meet our colleagues from Qatar, to also meet people from all over the world and to have discussions and find new ways for cooperation. And this is a good opportunity to also introduce Armenia to our colleagues, to the counterparts. Next time we should be more prepared, and maybe we should bring more business representatives next time, because there is much work that the business representatives can do within this forum, have opportunities and discussions, and for the business circles also. And we have to use this opportunity. I would like to repeat that it is not very far, it's very easy, a bit more than 2 hours flight, and we can come to Qatar and use this opportunity that Qatar gives us to meet leaders of different international organizations and also countries, and have discussions on different topics. Therefore, I would like to thank His Highness Emir for the organization, for the invitation, for the hospitality, and for this opportunity to also meet different representatives of the Qatari authorities. I would like to also repeat that the Qatari example is a very good example also for our country to look, to learn. There's one more thing that is very important, especially during the COVID time. Many people thought that a lot of meetings can be done and organized via Zoom, online, distant, but I should say that face-to-face meetings and interactions cannot be replaced, and this is also very important. In our everyday life, the role of the diaspora is very high, and it will continue to be very high, because our destiny is such that we have Armenians all over the world, and there are more Armenians living outside of Armenia than inside Armenia. And now I don't think I will make a mistake if I say that there is no family in Armenia that would not have relatives or friends outside in the diaspora. Therefore, it is very important, and during the recent years, a lot of investment has been also done in Armenia by our compatriots who live outside. Therefore, there is also not only personal relations, but also important financial relations. And before that, also a lot of remittances were coming to Armenia from the diaspora, which is also important for our economy. There is one important issue that I need to mention. It is the matter of our identity. For many years, we have been always in a situation when our identity was at risk. We had the risk of losing our identity when we were living in the composition of different empires. Now, for 32 years, we have statehood, and with the statehood, the diaspora feels safer, because the risk of losing identity is lower when we have a state. Therefore, the diaspora is very much interested for the state to be more powerful, to develop further, and therefore we need to use this opportunity, this potential. I don't think the potential of the diaspora is now fully utilized, but I think we can work in this direction.